So guys, welcome to my first vlog on this channel. Not my first video, but my first vlog. Today I'm going to walk you through how my day really goes as a self-taught day trader, from what I do before the chart, during the chart, and after the trade section. Unlike most trading vlogs, I will also be sharing my personal trading strategy and the exact process I use when I trade. And as you can see right now, I just finished getting ready for the day and I'm heading straight into my studio where I actually do my trading. So in order to avoid any form of distractions whilst I'm recording this video or even trading, the first thing I always do is simply I place my phone on airplane mode, and the reason is that I want to avoid any form of calls, and also switch off my Wi-Fi as well on my smartphone before I get straight to my laptop, because when I'm trading I need total focus. So now we are on our laptop. Now the first thing I do when I'm on my laptop is basically I head over to Forex Factory. Now why do I come over to Forex Factory? So basically for me, when I'm doing my setup, I don't like trading against high fundamental events. So if there are heavy news coming up probably in the next 2 hours, or basically if there are heavy news coming up, I don't get involved in the market. I just let the market do everything she has to do before I get in, before I do my analytics or any single thing. Because if there are heavy events, no need for me to do my setup. I just trade the fundamental news, how it will come out. So first thing I do is simply I head over to Forex Factory and then I filter to this very day. So you can see today there are no heavy news. Today is Monday, January 12th, so there are no heavy news. So from late December to date, I haven't taken a trade. This is my first time actually coming to take a trade actually. So now once I confirm that there are no heavy news, well, the next thing is simply I launch my trading view where we are going to do our analytics. As I said earlier, this is not just a daily vlog where I talk and talk, but basically I don't just talk, but I show you every single thing I do so you can also emulate. Now that I've confirmed that there are no fundamental events, the next thing is simply we head over to our broker. Now if you're a trader out there who is looking for a reliable broker to trade with, then I advise you trade with Light Finance. Now Light Finance is one of the best brokers out there that I personally use, and they've been in the game for over 20 years. And if you are looking for a broker whereby you don't need delay in trade execution, you need a lot of trading options, and you want to have total control of every single thing, well, Light Finance is that particular broker that you need. And they have some of the best trading platforms. Even their own personal inbuilt trading platform is so dope. So if you want to sign up to Light Finance, make sure to use the link that will be available in this video description. And the minimum deposit is just $10, and they have so many deposit options that you can actually use regardless of where you actually find yourself. So make sure you sign up to Light Finance if you are looking for a decent broker to actually use. They don't delay withdrawals either. So now once I confirm off everything, now we'll go over to our trading chart, our trading view, where we'll go do our analytics. So now here are all the pairs I actually trade. I trade a lot of pairs, and these are all of them that I actually see. So once I'm in here, now we have to do analytics. And when it comes to do my analytics, I start from the daily time frame. So obviously here is a daily time frame right now. Now on the daily time frame, I'm just trying to mark the highs and then the low. Probably let me just say the support and resistance level. These are key levels that the market is actually respecting or will actually respect. Now looking at this daily time frame right now, we can see that what we can use here as our daily resistance. As you see clearly, the market respected it here, and then since then came back to test it and then fell off. So that's our daily resistance. And then we come back and then take a look at here as well. You can see here is another key level that the market has really respected. You can see it over here, which might act as a support, and when taking down a bit, it matches with this overflip level. So we can have this area like this. Now let me mark the area so you can see it here. You can see here is a daily strong support, because it was a support, the market broke over it and then went above, which means that the market can still come and respect it, considering the fact that it also has an order block. So I know that this is my daily support where the market can reverse from. Once I confirm this, then I drop down to the 4-hour time frame. Now on the 4-hour time frame, I'm just going to look at key levels that the market is actually printing. And on the 4-hour here, we could see that the market has changed character to the downside. If you look at here clearly, the market actually took out this low already. So this is a 4-hour market shift. It has been confirmed. So let me just mark it, market shift on the 4-hour. So with this in mind, we've actually identified our market bias to be on a downtrend. So from here we'll agree that the market bias is on a downtrend on the 4-hour time frame. So from this I'll head over to the 1-hour time frame where I'll do my final setup. So now on the 1-hour time frame, what I'm basically looking for is simply I'm looking for decent supply levels, or let me just say decent order blocks. Yeah, that would be better, of decent order blocks that we can actually trade from. So since this low has been swept, there's a high probability that the market is actually going to sell. So some of the other blocks we have here, simply here is the first one, and this one I will say I will trust the most because it's very far away, and that will make me trust it the most. And looking through here, we can't really see any other decent other block right here. As you can see, nothing really decent yet. All these ones here might be used as just liquidity. So basically for me, since the market doesn't really appear that convincing, I will just leave this other block here which is far up, and I'll just let it be there and just leave the market because it doesn't really look too vivid to me yet. So I'll move over to a different market, because one thing I don't do is simply I don't force trade. So when I'm analyzing and the market doesn't really look convincing, I just get my mind off it, so I go do something else. It's better than forcing a setup and then ending up blowing your account. So I head over to a market like Euro USD as well. I emulate the same thing, and on Euro USD you can see the daily market just broke below this swing low here. So this confirmed that our Euro USD is also on a downtrend, and breaking that swing low doesn't solve anything since we also have this support right here that the market is bouncing off. So Euro USD, we can look to trade it within this circle. So we'll come over to the 4-hour time frame, and at the 4-hour time frame you can see that here is a 4-hour support where the market broke below and it's now approaching to retest it, which means that we might have a decent sell-off from here on Euro USD. Now I'll drop down to the 1-hour time frame where I take my last markup. Now looking at the 1-hour time frame here, we can't really have any vivid order block, so we're looking for a 1-hour order block which we did not get around here, and the only other block we have here is just this one at the top here. This is the only other block that is active here on Euro USD. So with this in mind, I know that what here is a 4-hour support level, and on the 1-hour time frame it was also a support now trying to act as a resistance, and this automatically means that what there are some liquidities above this high here. So meaning this market is probably likely to sweep above here, and then it comes over to this other block, and then we can consider selling from this other block. So now let me set this back. So we can consider taking sales from this other block on Euro USD. So basically we have this right here, and our stop loss just right above here, and I can just adjust this downwards. So if we are entering there, then we'll be targeting this low, obviously, which should be a 1:6. So yeah, we could have this sort of target on Euro USD. However, there's a probability that the market might just tap here and then start selling off as well, but we are not playing games of probability. We are playing based on what our setup actually says. And you can see the level we mark here is also a 4-hour order block. You can see it is a pure 4-hour order block. When you stretch it a bit like this, it becomes a 4-hour order block, which means that there's a high probability that we are going to get a decent sell from here. So I'm just going to set my alerts. Now you can see I trade a very simple strategy where I just identify key levels on the daily time frame, come over to the 4-hour time frame, and then look if they are still in par before we do any other thing. And you can see, take a look at this setup I have here. You can see the market came back to retest here multiple times, but I wasn't in my trading period, so I didn't take any of the trades. So this JPO as well. We'll come over to the daily time frame, and on the daily time frame we can see here is a daily support and then a daily resistance right here. From here we'll drop to the 4-hour time frame, and you can see that it's a strong daily resistance. And for this one we don't even need to go to the 1-hour time frame. Here you see here is a clear order block, a clear 4-hour order block that we can look forward to even buy from in case the market comes back here. So in a situation whereby the market comes back to this high, we can just take a buy from here, right here. So this would be a perfect break and retest. For those of you who know how to trade break and retest, well, here's a perfect break and retest strategy whereby the market comes here and then you just take your buy. That's simple. And anyway, I don't see a good setup, I don't trade it. Like, take a look at this one on US 30. I did a setup, I did not take the trade. As you can see, I had a setup here. Market broke above this resistance level, You can see broke above, came back to retest, and then came back to retest again, and I entered from here based on how I was supposed to enter. I did not take trade, but I did setups. So I didn't take any trade, but I did the setups, and I marked my entries and every single thing just to see how they will play out. And you can see this one on US 30, it came back perfectly. You can see it came back perfectly, and then tap in here on the bullish close here. I would have taken my entry, and you can see market came close to my stop loss, but didn't tap into it, and market went as high as 1:5.5, and you can see it's a very basic strategy that I trade, nothing complicated. Break and retest is very profitable. You can see this one as well on ZAG USD. It came back to retest the 1 hour support over and over again, and then another 1 hour resistance. After this support got tested over and over, I got this resistance here. You can see market still came in, tested it, and then went back up. And US oil, okay, you can see for US oil right now is sitting on a 1 hour resistance. As you can see, here is a clear 1 hour resistance on US oil. You can see the market is sitting on it right now. So if this market can give you a bullish close, why not? You can actually take a buy with your stop loss sitting right behind here, and then your take profit about 1:2 plus. And at this high here, you are just getting 1:1.8. So you look for a 1:2, something like this. That's if the market closed bullish out here. So I basically trade a simple break and retest, and at times I mix it up with other blocks to just make things more decent and then smoother. So guys, this is basically how my day goes as a trader. Now after I do all of this, then I wait for the New York session. Now during the New York session is when most of these setups you are seeing are actually going to get triggered. Now some of them might not get triggered, and some of them will actually do. And in the case none of these long-term setups get triggered today, I don't worry them, I just let them be, and then I wait for the New York session and I trade my usual New York session setup, which is the R and B break up, open range, break and retest strategy. So guys, this is all I have for you in this video. And if you look for a reliable prop firm to trade with, I trade with Blueberry Funded. The link will be there in the video description and also in the pinned comment as well. And when you use my promo code that will be attached to the link, you get 20% off on whatever prop firm account that you actually buy. So guys, this is basically how my day goes as a trader, and you've seen every single thing, nothing complicated. And once I do all of these things, that's basically all. I just sit back and wait for my setups to get triggered. If they get triggered, I go in. If they don't, I just sit back as well.